jumping anywhere up to 100 feet, even further sometimes.
The jumps, the bumps, the bike's always going different ways.
The bike's jumping around everywhere.
They've been doing this sort of thing for almost 100 years in Britain now. But while spectacular, motocross here remains a stubbornly niche sport, something the Red Bull Pro National Series is trying to change.
There's no one really pushing it from a non-specialist corner. So if there's no one making that effort to get it into the newspapers and get it onto mainstream TV, then it won't ever get there.
Motocross is massive in the UK, from club level right up to this level. But we needed an injection of a new championship, and this is where the Red Bull comes in.
That's a really lady.
Now in its second year, the Pro National's goal, with 6 events a season, is to provide quality competition and facilities in a festival atmosphere.
Definitely the best. Marketing does the best job, hands down, out of any of the other organisations, taking the sport forward.
Motocross in the UK is a slightly disparate beast. There are various controlling bodies, and the organisation of major championships tends to be farmed out to the hosting clubs. This series, however, has a dedicated track crew to improve consistency, and prides itself on the mixing of pros, semi-pros and youngsters on the same race card.
I like that the motorbikes are very fast.
Yeah?
And you can go very fast on them.
Yeah. Just try and stay on the bike really. Get out the start gate and just stay on.
That's not working so well this weekend though.
I've been getting out the gate and I just fall off.
Mixing with the pros, the youngsters fast learn the vital importance of good technique, commitment, tenacity, and above all, having supportive parents.
They have all the faith in me and everything, and pay a lot of money out.
It's £3,000 to buy a bike, you know, and you also have 2 of them in case one goes down. Your spares, it's a very expensive hobby to do, but
it certainly makes a pair of football boots look cheap. Although even riders barely taller than their bikes can pick up sponsors, such as junior bike maker Cobra, which commands 90% of the US market and is now looking to move into Europe.
We help them with the bike and parts and technical support.
And this is a sport where you need support, whether it's a team sponsor or the people holding the pit boards, whose messages range from the informative to the inspirational to the, let's face it, somewhat obvious. Meanwhile, if you're going to take this sport seriously, you'd better get some physical training in, because while racing, the pros have to maintain a heart rate of over 170 beats per minute for about half an hour.
If you get someone who's never done it before and get on a bike and do one lap, they can't hardly breathe, you know.
As for picking up injuries, well, even being a spectator around here can be a bit hair-raising.
You've got 39 other guys out there also that you can bang into, ride into and crash.
I broke my collarbone in the winter and had to have it plated. I got plates in my hands, hurt my ankles.
You know, you just take knocks and bangs all the time. That's part and parcel of it.
They go over the limit and they crash.
Yeah.
And I don't do that.
Although he may have to push the limit to become a professional.
Because if you want to do it professionally and properly, you can't have a 9-to-5 job.
Full-time job, 7 days a week.
Although once you reach the pros, you may well find the track you're riding on is hardly paved with gold.
I think over the year we've got about a £70,000–£80,000 prize purse.
If you have a good season, good bonus money, you could make over 50,000.
Probably 30–40 grand a year, probably, maybe some of them maybe a bit more.
It's early days for the series, and while the crowds are by no means huge, recent signs are promising.
We started off with nothing, and we now have an average of around 7,000 people come to our events, each one of our rounds, and the aim is maybe we'll be hitting 10–15,000 people per round. over the next 2 to 3 years.
Which may be ambitious, but perhaps not unrealistic, given the spectacle provided by both those off the track and on, from the fastest to the last.